What does that always say?
Sully's never quits.
That's right. Sully's never quit.
Fire and Ash here is the third film in this franchise. How do you feel like it challenges the idea of what an Avatar movie should be?
I think now that we've done two of these things, and they're very different from each other, the first Avatar and the second one, I think what we should expect is the unexpected, right? We shouldn't expect that we're playing by a set of rules. But if there are rules, rule number one is you've got to believe what you're seeing, right? So believing is seeing. And so that world has to be satisfyingly realistic. And I think the bar for that, for audience members in general across all movies, has gone up. The first Avatar now, I look at it and it's like, it's good, it's great for its time, but we can do better now, right? I think, the other rule is we want to take you into new things you haven't seen before, realms of the imagination. So Fire and Ash must play by those rules. So we have the Wind Traders, we see new parts of Pandora, we see the Ash Wasteland, we see places we haven't seen before, we see the Flux Vortex, which we call the Flux Devil, which is this magnetic formation, this kind of corkscrewing plasma helixes or helices. Apparently you can say either one. I looked it up. So yes, the new thing. But also the continuity, the familiarity with the people you know, and now challenging them in ways they haven't been challenged before. You're going to carry with you this sense that Jake's not going to lose a fight, and Neytiri's not going to miss with her arrow. But how their psychology is challenged, how their heart is challenged by what's happening around them and what has happened, the loss of a son, and so on. We're going to go on a more emotional journey in this film. And that's easy to say and hard to do, right? Because it's all competing with itself. It's competing internally with itself, You're doing broad vistas or you're doing something this size, with a beautiful piece of performance. You've got to choose. And this film was once a half hour longer, and it was all good stuff. So the decision-making process is what serves the narrative and what serves the feeling. Because I think I've gotten much more focused on how a movie feels than the story it tells, right? You can tell a story coldly and intellectually, but it's important to feel the story, right? A landscape may make you feel some sense of beauty, but it's not you need that mirror neuron. I think in neuroscience it's called the mirror neuron. I look at you, I can judge something about your emotional state. I look at another person, if I see tears, if I see laughter, if I see a smile, I kind of see into them a little bit, and now I'm running in my mind what that emotion feels like. That's mirror neuron, theory of mind, that sort of thing. Well, that's how movies work. We see these actors and they're feeling something, or they're acting very well like they're feeling something. Usually they're actually feeling it in the moment. Now I'm starting to feel it, right? So how a movie feels is ultimately the most important thing, not how it looks, not how it intellectually presents its story in terms of structure. And I'm always reminding people, hey, this is a lucid dream. I'm not able to lucid dream. I haven't trained myself in that. My dreams just come at me like a water hose. You know what I mean? And sometimes I remember some crazy stuff. But with lucid dreaming, apparently the way you do it is it's intentional. I'm going to go into a dream state and it's intentional. Well, that's what we do. That's what we do at Avatar, our little Avatar shop. That's what I tell people all the time. We're creating a lucid dream. It doesn't have to be logical, but it has to have that emotional logic.
It has to be true.
Yeah, it has to be true. Yeah, exactly.
You cannot live like this, baby. In hate.
I think what I liked was the fact that her hate for the Sky People is taking her down a path that's really dark and scary, and where she's almost unrecognizable to herself and to Jake. I love having that arc, and because Neytiri in the first film was so connected to Awa and so connected to her planet and so connected to her people and to her forest, and now in this installation, she's like a ghost, you know, she's like a shell of what she used to be. And it was challenging. I liked the challenge of playing someone that I was afraid for her, you know. And I would have a lot of dynamic conversations with Jim about, you know, where she was mentally and where she was in her heart. And Jim just kept always telling me, he's like, you just have to trust me on this. Yeah. You can't, we gotta push where she's gonna push and let go where she's gonna let go. And then it's all gonna make sense, you know, in the end. And I'm really happy that I trusted him.
Your goddess has no dominion here.
Una, obviously you join here in Fire and Ash as Varang. What was the most exhilarating part of joining the franchise midstream like this, and was there any intimidation to that for you?
I mean, yeah, I was kind of shell-shocked for the first few weeks, but then very quickly, it's like, you know, you have an idea of what it's like, but then the work kind of takes over, and then the scenes take over, and then the work, you know, the preparation, the relationships with the other actors. But yeah, I mean, I still pinch myself with the level of beautiful genius and the depth to which everybody on the team is really willing to go to get the truth and the heart out of each and every moment of this film. Is just such a great luxury. It's a great gift, and I'm really, really excited about 4 and 5.
Yeah, oh my gosh, well, I am too. Speaking of that, actually, what would the three of you consider to be maybe the most important investment that Fire and Ash makes for the future of the franchise? What is it that really kind of gets solidified here that you want to see carry forward?
I think the souls of these characters, the soul of Jake Sully, the soul of Neytiri. Neytiri, you know, these characters are in rough shape emotionally, even though I think the end of it, of Fire and Ash, everyone takes a deep breath and connects with, you know, the ancestors and everything. But they've been through such trauma, the characters. So I think that that's where this is gonna go. You know, that needs to be exorcised. Those traumatic events, I think. And the soul of the planet as well.
Anything there for you?
Well, it's interesting, 2 and 3 is essentially one movie. That's, when I read it, that's what it was. And Jim, being the master of structure, didn't want to kind of cut it all up as one film, so therefore it become these 2 sections. And I think, you know, it rounds it off very well, that section, but what it's doing, it's gradually increasing the world. If you look, the first one was the rainforest and the love story. Therefore, the love story grew into a family, and we saw the water. Now we're seeing a bit more of the world, a bit more clans. The potential for how far we can push this and how far Pandora can go and how deep these characters can therefore go is exponentially getting bigger the more chances we get to tell these stories.
There's more Easter eggs for Saraya and her relationship with Loak. So,
Right.
But I feel like Jim is really dragging it. It's like but in the best way, because fans are going to be so excited. I'm also excited to see this warrior spirit that we see a little glimpse of in Saraya and how that's gonna unfold in the time jump.
Yeah, how about for you two?
Whenever Jim has been like, you didn't hear it from me, and I just love all the teases I've gotten. I'm so excited to jump into Took as a teenager and bring that side of her to life, because she's got so much to grow and so much to figure out. She can't even fly on an Ikran by herself yet, so I really cannot wait to discover that side of her. That's just a dream come true to me, especially since I've grown up with her and we've grown up together. I also am very excited by just all of the different themes and tones we get to explore in 4 and 5 and how they really expand our characters and this world. And I also want to see where the other characters that I love are going, like Spider, Sadea, the adults, everybody.
I want to see that too.
I'm like, give me the scripts.
I will say there's something in the Ash Village that I just want to see.
We're left with a cliffhanger.
That's all I'm saying.
What if every human being on Earth could live here without a mask? Then the Na'vi people will be gone.
Well, Jim has mentioned the idea that this could potentially be the last Avatar film. There's a world in which that's possible. If that were to be the case, what would you look back on this experience with the most pride?
We made history. We made a world that was created from the figment of a man's imagination. We made it so real and so heartfelt and so powerful and so advanced, ahead of its time. And that to me is a great legacy to be a part of.
I'm not going to answer that question because I'm in denial. And also, if everybody really goes to see the movie, and especially maybe goes back again because they can't believe what they saw the first time, which is what I was, we will get to make it. So Kiri's the narrator of the next one, so I really have to make those movies.